November is Family Caregivers Month, and coming up at the end of this month, a retreat is taking place to help caregivers learn how to relax, relate, and release while serving others. Macie Smith is a social worker working with older people in our community as a gerontologist, and you know what? So needed, isn't it?
Absolutely. The numbers bear it out. We're looking at approximately 10,000 Americans turning the age of 65 every day. And not only that comes along with a caregiver, someone to provide care when they're dealing with chronic illnesses. And we think about the helping professionals. You know, we're doing it all day, every day. And so this particular conference that we're doing is so important and near and dear to me because I've been a social worker for almost 2 decades. And so we're constantly caring for other people, caring for other situations, and we're depleting ourselves.
You have a number of wonderful speakers who are going to be giving information, and one thing you guys are going to focus on is compassion fatigue.
Yes.
And recognizing the signs and symptoms of that.
Right.
What would be an example?
So the name just really speaks for itself. You're compassionate and you're caring and you're chronic caregiving for other people, and you become tired and weary, and so some of the signs may be stressed. Your hair may be coming out, your skin may show, you're not getting enough sleep, and when you don't get enough sleep, you're not fully cognizant of what's going on around you. And so how can you care for other people, and how can you give good, sound advice to the individuals who we serve if we're not healthy ourselves? And so we're going to figure out how to have some supportive strategies to address those areas.
And Macie, a lot of people find themselves in you have a term for it, but being sandwiched in.
Yes.
Explain what that means.
So the sandwich generation is an individual who is caring for someone outside of their home, and they're also trying to take care of those inside their home. And so they're smack dab in the middle like a bologna sandwich. I love bologna, like a bologna sandwich. And what's happening is they're depleted emotionally, physically, spiritually, and it affects their behaviors. And so they don't have anything left for themselves, puts them at higher risk of developing chronic illnesses, and then they won't be around to take care of those who they love. And that's problematic.
For people who are these caregivers, they're going to think, well, I would love to go to this, but I don't have time. But this is one of those things they need to really make time for it because it could be life-changing.
It will be life-changing because we have time for everything else. I always tell my families, schedule time for you. When you're saying yes to everybody else and everything else, you're saying no to yourself, and that's so important. And so for National Family Caregivers Month, they tell me I'm to capacity, but I have two seats, and I want to give them away to a family caregiver, especially those who are in the sandwich generation. And we think about those who are helping professionals, Dawndy, because they love helping people. They're social workers, counselors, nurses by day, but they're family caregivers by night.
How could they go about doing that? Contact you?
They can contact me at 803-814-6721 or go to my website, dtconsultant.org.
All right, let's give the information about the seminar that is coming up. It is going to be off Broad River Road at the Bill Rogers Community Connection Center, November 30th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Compassion Fatigue Retreat. Fantastic. So glad you're doing this.
Thank you. The state's first ever.
Yes, and not the last, right?
Not the last. Shout out to our keynote sponsor, First Son EAP, who's helping us push this along.
Good. It's going to be good. Thanks,
it is.
Macie. We'll be right back. Stay with us.